The word that changed the world. Long time ago, in a world not too different from ours, there existed a small village, nestled between mountains and rivers, isolated from the rest of civilization. The villagers lived simple, quiet lives, their days shaped by tradition and the wisdom of the elders. Language, in their culture, was sacred. Every word was believed to carry weight, and some words long forgotten were said to hold the power to shape reality. Among the villagers was a curious child named Luma, had a habit of asking too many questions and wandering too far. Others were content with what they had. Luma always yearned to know more about the stars, the wine, the world beyond the mountains, and the ancient stories etched into the walls of the old stone library no one visited anymore. One day, while exploring the ruins of an ancient temple hidden deep within the forest, Luma stumbled upon a crumbling scroll sealed in glass. The scroll was fragile, but on it was a single word, written in a language she couldn't understand. When she looked at it, something stirred in her chest, like hearing music you know you've forgotten, but can almost recall. She brought the scroll back to the village, expecting excitement, but instead, the elders grew pale when they saw it. They whispered among themselves and locked the scroll away, forbidding Luma from speaking of it again. But the word echoed in her dreams, and each time she dreamt it, she understood a little more. It wasn't a word meant to be spoken, not with the tongue. It was meant to be known, to be understood. A word that contained within it the essence of change. Luma came to understand that this was the first word, the word that had birthed light into the void, that had separated sky from sea, and that had once been known by all until fear buried it. It wasn't just a word. It was will, hope, creation, and choice. One night, unable to contain the truth any longer, Luma climbed the peak overlooking the valley. She closed her eyes, thought of all the pain, the silence, the forgotten dreams of the world, and she spoke the word. The mountains trembled. The stars blinked. The rivers surged with light. But there was no destruction, only awakening. The villagers emerged the next morning to find the world brighter, the soil richer, the air clearer. People began to speak not just to hear themselves, but to connect. Words became vessels of truth again, not weapons of deceit. The world beyond their mountains heard the call too. Slowly, people everywhere began to remember. Empathy bloomed. Innovation surged. Peace began to grow in cracks where war once lived. And no one could quite say how it started. Only that somewhere, someone had remembered the word. The word that changed the world wasn't magic. It was understanding. And once it had been spoken, the world could never be the same. If you have liked this story, please like and subscribe. And see you in the next video.